dear friends, and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I am so happy you are here. So today we're actually finding out what will happen when you meet them next. And so this is for no contact, or very little contact, and it's just exciting. So if you are new here, thank you so much for giving me a chance to read your cards. And if you are one of my friends that's been with me, even watched it more than once, thank you for coming back. It really does mean a lot to me. So let's go ahead and look at this. Is going to be pile 1. Look at that. And this is going to be pile 2. I have to say, I really like all these the cards that came out, and I just kind of I just shuffle and just let spirit guide us in each card. So this is going to be card. This is pile 3. Very cool. And this is pile 4. I actually have 2 cards that came out for pile 4, but I even I love this card for some reason. I'm like, oh, there's just something about it. So I want you to think about your person and just either connect to their voice, their energy, their visualize them. However you connect with them. It could even be just thinking of a song that you both share. That actually is a great idea. Just because I'm always that's always seen, or even a TV show. That's what I'm hearing as well. So connect to their energy as best as you can. And now we're just going to go ahead and close our eyes. Inhale. Again, continuing to connect to the energy. And now as you exhale and open your eyes, please choose whichever pile draws you to it. All right, let's do this. So my friends from pile 1. All right, so let's find out what's going to happen when they see you next. When they see you the next time they see you. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. I do can I just, right off the bat, when I saw this card though, I'm they're just going to think you have this magician energy. And so for me, it's sort of they see that you've been manifesting things. I feel like they see that you've been, well, first of all, doing well for yourself, and that you just have this, well, definitely power, but there's also a sense of freedom. That's what I'm seeing. It's sort of you are seeing, they're seeing that you're more free than I think you were before. I don't know why, but lately I've been getting spam calls. I'm yeah, I don't get real calls. Not very many friends. It's okay. Or hear about you. So so that's what I'm seeing. You're manifesting. There's a sense also we have I feel these are kind of lilies, and then we have the roses. There's a sense of attraction, of still innocence, but even the eyes here are just kind of cold. So maybe they think that you will be cold towards them. And I actually feel that's true with this here. We have the opportunities, and I feel they missed an opportunity. They might be trapped in a situation, in a situationship, but not with you. I mean, I feel with somebody else, and it feels they're oh my goodness, our time is either up, or I ran out of time, limited time. Yeah. So what I'm feeling really strongly is a sense of regret, especially they feel they didn't appreciate something. They didn't appreciate you. They might have just not appreciated the opportunity that you gave them, and so they acknowledge that. That's for me, that's pretty big. Oh, and I actually have to say they're a little bit afraid too, which is not a bad thing at all. They're just oh boy, magician energy all the way. All right, let's see what the tarot has for us. Queen of Swords. Oh yeah, look at that. That's strong. And again, the 8 of Swords being trapped. Interesting. And then we actually have that twice. We have 5 of Cups. That's the regret I was telling you about. Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and then we have the Emperor, which is, I have to say, this is basically kind of all these things, yeah. So with the Queen of Swords, I think they Oh, right. I actually don't always see the Queen of Swords with the. I feel like that's you holding their like, and it necessarily means it to me. It's like any, especially if they lied or if they like they weren't upfront with you in some way. Yeah, they feel like wow, they regret lots of things. They like, oh, I messed up. Five of Cups, Eight of Swords energy. And it's totally different because I feel like they think of themselves like not fully like grown. Like this to me, it's like you're the queen. They don't see themselves. Although we have the emperor, I don't feel like, but I feel like it's more like they could have been the emperor. They could have been your emperor, but they messed that up. They could have been happy again, but they like with the Ten of Cups, but they messed that up. They could have had this, like you offered them something, the Ace of Pentacles, but again, they messed that up, right? And so I feel like they consider approaching you? I think they will, but it's sort of like they think that you're kind of unapproachable at this point in time. I'm gonna go ahead and clarify all these. So what happens? I feel like I really love that Queen of Swords because it's sort of like that strength. They see that you've gotten a lot stronger. You're not naive or anything like that. Not to say that you ever were, but you're not fully open to them at all. If they're wanting to come back in, they're gonna have to earn your trust, my friend. Okay, let's see what I do want to see what this Emperor is here. Ace of Coins again, yeah. Okay, what is this Ten of Cups thing here? The World and Justice. Okay, what is this Ace of Pentacles doing here? Balance. Okay, what is this Five of Cups? Eight of Sticks. What is this Eight of Swords? Ace of Blades. What is this Queen of Swords? Knight of Blades. Okay, I actually want to see that one more time. I do feel okay. Okay, so I do think, like I said, so they want to make an offer. They'll want to make an offer. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna want to make an offer. I feel like they're going to like compromise or try to compromise. The balance here for me. There's a lot of balance here. Like I feel like probably the relationship was out of balance, and the World here. Possibly, if they were with somebody else, maybe they ended that cycle, and they're like, oh. Now, okay, for others of you, I feel like there was a karma here from like hurting you. There was a karma here, but they're hoping to end that karmic cycle. Like there's a karmic cycle, whether it's with you or with somebody else. They're trying to clear that up with the World there. They're trying to like end that cycle. Start fresh is what I'm saying. They want to start fresh. Eight of Sticks with the Five of Cups. They want to take action to try to fix the Five of Cups is what I'm seeing here. Ace of Blades. So they feel like they're stuck. They feel trapped, right? We even have trapped here. But there's a sense of clarity that comes. So I think in meeting you, and also probably before but when they meet you, it's sort of like they're going to have an aha moment. Like, I think they're going to be shocked by it in many ways too, even though they've been feeling it. There's just a sense of like, wow, I missed that, like, I missed this opportunity, right? It's sort of like, and they're going to ask, is it closed? And all these, like, I feel like all the illusion, all this other stuff, like reasons, all excuses that they've had are going to clear away. I do like, and then they're going to, and like I said, they don't feel like they're equivalent to you, right? The Knight of Blades, instead of going off and say, hey, I want to be with the Queen of Swords, but they still feel like their heart, oh wow, they're going to be like attracted. They're going to want to come forward, and they might even rush in. They might. It might be like, oh yeah, it's like they can see that you're kind of, I feel like you're going to put up a wall and be like, I'm not going to take all that stuff, but they're still going to rush in because there's something here, right? There's some sort of connection, like it's an attraction here. And with the balance here with this, they might know that there's like needing patience, things need to be slow. So this is fascinating. All right, let's see what other things happen. They are in denial with their heads in the clouds, and I feel like that seeing you and being with you, it sort of like cuts through that cloud. It really does cut through an illusion. Comparing yourself, the mission is your beauty. So maybe they compare you to somebody else. I don't know, like possibly to the other person. Okay. Okay, all right, look at that. Okay, so we have that maybe before you used to compare yourself and now you don't anymore. Like, I feel like you're very confident. That's something they view and they see and they're like, wow. Like I said, and you kind of knock them. There's something about you, your energy, your presence, your aura, whatever it is, like knocks them, like knocks the air out of their lungs, or like just, or like energetically knocks them out. Dark angel, trauma bonds, narcissism, and emotional abuse. No, I feel like they see that. To me, it, from what I'm gathering, like just seeing, it's more like you were very naive. Maybe there was a softness to you. That's what I'm saying. In the first, before they hurt you, there's a softness to you, and that softness kind of disappeared because they hurt you, right? So you develop this like a tougher, like you learn from this experience. And so I feel like that's this thing of like the dark angel, and it's also like a sense of an attraction there. Like there's something about you, like there's a dark, like not of darkness. There's more depth, maybe. Snake, so rivalry, seduction. Yeah, there's a strong desire. There's just something about, like, I think the more you're like pushing them away, the more you're like, I don't even want to deal with you, the more attracted they get, right? They're like, oh, this is a challenge for them. There's a sense of seduction. There's a sense of attraction. Yeah, they are very happy. Like, look, they have the happiness. They're happy to see you. They're happy to be there. And they really do understand the walk them out. They understand maybe they've been hurt recently. Like basically, I really do think that karma is like whatever they put out, they've gotten back. And so maybe to me, there is a sense of clarity. There's a sense of coming through. And again, admirers, but I feel like there is a great admiration. They also feel like maybe that you are being admired a lot because, wow, you're just like, I'm here like smoking hot, kind of. So funny. And so there's a sense of like either they really admire and they just kind of want to like, ooh, or there's also a sense of they think that you are surrounded by admirers, and you have your choice here. The secrets here, it to me, it's almost like they want to like unlock things, like they want to find out again about you. They want to get to know you again, but like I do feel like you're not really open to it right away. Like I think they're going to be like, wow, and I want to just like they're going to be the Knight of Swords, going to try to like take action right away. Like, oh my goodness. Well, you're just like, you're the Queen of Swords, and you're like, I'm not having any of this. You've hurt me before. We're not repeating the cycles, my friend. And so, but the attraction is there. I really think that like this is a very strong attraction, and I think they're gonna want to like, yeah, I feel like they're gonna try to get your number, and try to kind of come back into your life. And it really is, they have patience with you, and they'll have patience in trying to come back into, in good grace with you. Because I do think that they found, like they've gone through things and they've seen things and they understand, and that's why they value the connection or whatever relationship, or just you in general, like how you were with them versus like all these other people, right? So I think that's very important to them. All right, let's see what else I wanted to like see what song we're gonna sing? Yeah, what song? And then kind of gonna see what this is all about. Okay, so what happens with a collective of group one, and they see their person, the next time they see the next person, like what will it other? Oh. Okay, and you see calling in, I feel like they're going to be the ones who are calling in. They're going to try to call you, and they're going to try to bring you back into it. I think that it's going to be a hard one for them. They're going to say, like, let's start over again with this new love and show you it is safer for you to love me. It is safe for us to start again. So your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help you bring you together. And that, I think, like, they might be praying, they might be like doing all these things. Definitely visualizing you. I see them like visualizing you being back together. New love. So a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. It isn't. They actually, like, to them in many ways, it's sort of like you are new because there's this new aura. That's what it is. A new aura around you. Like, woof. And then, yeah, say, open your hearts to give and receive the highest energy of all. And they're going to try to convince you. I feel like that is where they're trying to do. They're like, yes, yes, come. Let's see what song we have for this. Oh, look at that. And this is Jukebox Love by V-Love and Tarot. I mean, yeah, V-Love and Tarot. You can find it on Etsy. And it's mixed in with my Electric Love. And this is also, okay, so on Bend the Knee, I feel like they're going to apologize. Like on Bend the Knee there. Like, I'm sorry, but there's an apology here. And it's been a while, sung by Stain. So it's been a while since I can say I wasn't addicted. And it's been a while since I can say I love myself as well. And it's been a while since I've gone and screwed up things just like I always do. And it's been a while, but all that crap seems to disappear when I'm with you. And so they acknowledged, oh, wow, like, that's beautiful because I do apologize. They acknowledge that they messed up, right? So not a lot of people will actually do that. That's an important thing. I'm going to give them total credit for that. They're like, okay. And I feel like they were maybe a bit of a player and everything. But yeah, and maybe I think they feel like they think of themselves as a screw up, right? And just like everything they touch, it just kind of like gets messed up. And your connection was one of those things they messed up and they regret it. Like the Five of Cups was there. There was a lot of regret in this connection. So they're gonna, like, this is actually pretty good, I have to say, for when you meet them again. And so it's really up to you. But I would recommend forgiving them just because it will clear your energy. And I do believe that they've, like, grown. Like, I don't see that like often, like, you know, we have to walk a mile, and we do really have this Ace of Swords, and it feels like there's a sense of clarity that they weren't able to be reach before. I feel like they were just, I don't know, like in a sense of illusion, like lots of like haze around them. That makes sense. All right, so I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. And if you can't do any of those, please consider just watching the whole video. It just helps me rack up some hours. So close to actually unlocking things. I feel like I'm in a video game, and I'm like, come on, I need to unlock. Give me the badge. So sorry, yeah. So, but if you can, I'm very appreciative that you were able, like, I was able to read your cards, and like, this is a beautiful reading. I like who you've become. And so before I actually like say goodbye here, I do want to say, please acknowledge this awesome person that you have become. And maybe and them hurting you, I know it sucks when somebody hurts you. I've been through that, but there's you gain strength from it, right? So maybe that's why I'm saying, I don't know why I really want to stress the fact that maybe like forgiving them, you know, like, is so important to you, not necessarily to them, but to you. Okay. With that, I am sending you so much love and so much light. Until I see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends. My friends from group 2, thank you so much for being here. And thank you if you are new and giving me a chance to read your cards. And thank you if you have been with me for a while and just came back. I appreciate that so much. So let's get into it here. Oh, wow. So what's going to happen the next time they see you? So I actually was like, this card drew my attention a lot. So there, I see the red string of faith, which is like sort of like I think it's in Asian culture where it's like we are tied with the person with the red string, right? And so if there's a connection that is not broken, even with distances. And I do feel like that is something there. I do just even I have to say like the outfit and everything. So if you aren't a mystic or some sort of like a mystic or something, maybe spiritual or like you think about like lots of reading, maybe I feel like there's something special about you. Yeah, like there's something special about you in terms of like you're not like everyday person. You're not an average person, and I mean that like hopefully I'm not offending you, or if you know like there's just something special and unique about you. Okay, thank you for giving me the right words here. And so I'm seeing that's sort of like that's what I think they see. They're like, wow, there's just something unique. And so I think they always felt that way and they always saw it, but I feel like it's gotten more solidified, right? There's a like you've become more you, which is quite nice. The veil here makes me think that there might be you're masking something, or they think you're masking something, or they might feel like there's a separation between you, like a yeah, like I feel like you pierced the veil of illusion, if you will, and there's like so there is something here that's kind of separating you, keeping you apart. Even when they meet you, it's sort of like, or maybe they can't read you as they used to. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So they used to be able to read you a lot more, but they don't feel like they can read you as easily. Or yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So illumination, yeah, I do. Now the illumination could be two ways. We can take it in terms of like there's like you've guided them, like there's a sense of like, well, hermit a little bit, but it's also almost like a sense of the star, that there's something about you that has always just lit their path, like helped them reach, maybe they've always aspired to reach to your levels. And that makes sense. There's also a sense of like, I think while you were not together, yes, the flame maybe was low, and then all of a sudden it's sort of like I feel like it's reignited. Something got reignited again. The lost here with the mirror is maybe they're feeling lost, but I feel like they worry that they've lost like a special connection. I trying to explain it and say it in words is really hard, but I feel like they think and feel that they know you in a special way and that you have a special connection, right? Like it could just even, it doesn't even have to be romantic, but there's just something special about your connection and how, and knowing each other somehow. Maybe you mirror each other in many ways. And so it's very scary to them. And then this is something that it sort of feels off. Like it's almost like you're not on the same page a little bit, or like, yeah, it feels like they're trying to reach out somehow, or just be like, oh yeah, it's, but you shifted and changed a little. I hope that makes sense. And so the divine timing, they might be thinking that it is the time, or when you were together, like it just wasn't the time for you. Not saying that this is going to be the time either, but they're just kind of like amazed. I'm also thinking that they're, well, one is like you haven't aged, like you haven't like aged, like there's still this yeah, like there's a youthfulness to you, but not like naive or anything. It's just sort of like refreshed. They're refreshed, while they themselves and all those around them have been more feeling weighed down. Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff. And so yeah, that's something else that they want to they notice and feel. Okay. And the time has something to do. The time when they meet you is important to them in some way. It's sort of like there's some sort of connection with the time. So let's see what other things we have. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, this is special. This is a special connection because it is like the red string. Right here you have the red string athlete. Right there, and it's 2 of cups. Princess of Swords. You have the 8 of Cups. Empress. And we have the 6 of Cups. So yeah, they're going to feel very nostalgic. And they're going to feel this. But you see how they have the 2 of Cups? They're like, to me, it just feels like there's something special about this connection. And they feel like they know you, but at the same time, they feel like a part of you has walked away, has moved on. That you're kind of focusing on other things. Yeah, but like that 6 of Cups is totally nostalgia. The Empress is like, you might be their divine feminine here. They see you as the divine feminine, but they're very scared because you are moving on. You're kind of like, and I actually see the cups kind of fall going into this. You're kind of moving on. And the Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords, is sort of like maybe wanting to express something, express this love. The 7 of Discs is sort of like they're not ready for something. They've been working on things, but they're not quite there. So divine timing might be here. Let's go ahead and see. So this could be like, it really feels like you could be, like there's something special. Like you could be friends or just like a very unique, you're unique, right? I'm totally. And then there's just something very unique about this connection here. What is, let's see the 7 of Pentacles. What is the 7 of Pentacles doing here? 9 of Sticks, cards up. Okay. What is this 2 of Cups here? 2 of Cups clarified. The 2 of Cups. Yeah, just love. Like there's just unbelievable love for you. What is this Princess, what is this Page of Swords doing here? Knight of Blades. Yeah, wanting to take action, wanting to say something. 4 of Cups. All right, the 8 of Cups is clarified by 4 of Cups. There's the Empress. What is the Empress doing here? Kind of really want to see. Ace of Blades. It's interesting because group 1 also has the Ace of Blades. There's a realization. So these, like a lot of them are realizing things. You know, they're just like, wow. 6 of Cups. Okay, Hangman. It's so fascinating to me because, well, the love has always been there, and I do feel like they always, like, they felt it, maybe, like, it just wasn't, it wasn't the time, it wasn't, something about it just wasn't right. They do have this, like, a part of them I feel like is almost like there is this wall around you, but I also think that they don't want to give up on this. Like, they're, like, somehow, or maybe they feel like you have your defenses up. But I don't know, I just feel like there's a determination. They're willing to go, like, it's almost like you have all the walls, but they're like, nope, we're gonna, like, it's gonna take us time, but we're gonna bring those walls back down. Very fascinating. So maybe here we have, like, the sword being down. So maybe they've, and the Ace of Blades here, sort of like the discovery, the understanding here. And you might not want to hear what they're saying. I don't know why I feel like, but you just might not want to hear what they have or what they're saying or what they're offering, what they're selling. So you're just, but they really are. They're just going to go for it. And then this walking away, I feel like they think that you're missing out on, like, they're finally getting this Ace of Cups and you're not, like, even acknowledging it. You're just like, you're walking away, you're moving on, and they're like, no, but like, here, I have something for you. And then, yeah, the realization, like I said, that you are their Empress. Wow. The Hangman. So it took, like, I almost feel like it took the separation for them to realize something. They needed to shift their perspective on this. And wow, I feel like they are saying, just like, I always thought you were just going to be around. Like, they always just thought. Oh, Oh, wow. And I'm feeling like a lot of like, they kind of get the sadness and the realization that maybe this isn't going to work out, or that you've moved on in many ways. It's sort of like, I really thought that we were always going to be like, there was something, this connection was always going to be around. Like you were somehow always going to be energetically or just around. But seeing that, so in a sense also they feel very much nostalgic. They want to stay in the nostalgia. Like, oh, let's see. Yeah. So we have like, we can actually see triggers affect the ability to trust. And so maybe they triggered you, but your partner, and I feel like their energy is like, they're willing to compromise. They're eager to compromise. They want to learn. You see a book, Learning Hidden Truths, Secret Admirer. No, they want to learn more about you. They want to understand where you are at right now. But you, I feel like, are kind of the War of the Roses. You're kind of, I actually feel like you're in your own battle, but not like, I feel like you're in a spiritual battle of some kind. I don't know why that is. So you're kind of focusing on something else here. Incompatibility. So they're willing to bridge this, whatever incompatibility. They feel like you think that you're not compatible anymore, but they're like, no, we want the reconciliation. We want this. We'll work on it. There's so much compromise they're willing to do, but you are closed off. Like I said, they feel like you're closed off to them, but they don't want that to happen, and so they're gonna do what they can. And I really do feel like they're willing to put in the hours. They're willing to put in any learning that they have to do to understand, to meet you halfway. Wow. Okay, let's see what other things are coming through when you meet them together, when you meet them again. Yeah, like they feel like you are their true love. Yeah, this is the romance of a lifetime. They feel all those things. They feel that they want to express their love. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture. They want to do all these things. Time apart your partners and a time apart from your partner, and so the separation, like there was a separation, but they're wanting to reconcile it. Keep an open mind. So your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, and so there's an incompatibility. You may think that you're incompatible, especially because I do feel like there was a lot of growth in you, and I feel like your focus is other places as well, but they're willing, like they're keeping an open mind. They're willing to, like I said, actually put in the work to make it happen, which that's fascinating to me. Oh, and I love that because this is the book, right? So like learning hidden truths, and then sort of like it's closed. The book is closed right now, but they want to open it. They want to learn. They want to open, like learn about you, get to know you again. Let's see what song this connection will pick here. I feel like this one also wanted to come out. And this is my Electric Love Oracle, and it's paired with Jukebox of Love. Yeah, so okay, so I punched the wall. So this is sung by E-Town Concrete. So it's like my heart is racing, trying to keep up. Crap, I'm trying to catch up. These walls you can't patch up, and I hide my frustration. But my demons, you can't take them. Why can't you take them from me? I wish that I could open your eyes and see that. I wish you open your eyes and see that I punched the walls until my fist bleed, but my life is not. It's not changing. Please hear the pain in these words. Please hear the anger in me. And so I feel like the walls, they really do want to break down whatever wall you have put up, whatever. It's like it and I could see why. And so they've gone through something, and they want, and maybe you've gone through something. They want to understand it. They really do. I have no idea. Like this person I feel like they will try to talk to you, and even if you like push them away, they'll still come back and try again. Like there's a sense of like they know this is special. I'm not even saying that they messed up for some reason. I feel like there was just, it was really a timing situation. Timing was off somehow. And then you have this one, Let Me Go, the songs by Three Doors Down. I think that's your answer to them. And one more kiss could be the best thing, but one more lie could be the worst. And all these thoughts are never resting, and you're not something I deserve. You love me, but you don't know who I am. I'm torn between this life I lead and where I stand. And you love me, but you don't know who I am. So let me go, let me go. And so I feel like you feel like they don't know you, they don't understand you. And you're working things through and working things out, but they're like, let me in, I will help you. I don't know why that is, but that's sort of the message I'm hearing. I hope that makes sense. And that's the way love goes. And then, so I feel like this again, it's the Two of Cups. There's such a very strong connection in this here. It's really special. And I know, like, there's just something about it. And here, the kiss, there's something about the kiss. Look at this. Prince here, and we have the kiss here, but we also have one more kiss could be the best thing. So maybe they really hurt you. Maybe they really did hurt you. Or like, I feel like it's not just them, that you're like, you were hurt in so many ways that maybe you put up the shell, and then you're now focusing more on like spiritual pursuits, your own being. But here, it's almost like this person they really want to be with you. I don't think they're going to back down from this. And it's up to you whether you accept them or not. But this is a pretty amazing reading, because I can feel their love, and coming back to you is sort of like, wow, yeah, even though things have changed and maybe you've changed, still the core of you, they just love. They just love. And it's like there's three times that's the Two of Cups. There's just a lot of love right here. Yeah. So I'm going to leave that there for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me read your cards. It really does mean a lot to me. If you did like this reading, or if you found it valuable, or if you just want to support the channel, please do consider giving it a thumbs up, or please consider subscribing. If you are not in the position to do that, please consider watching the whole video in its entirety. I have to just satisfy an hours, and then I unlock a new ability. Sorry, I'm like a gamer, so that's what I'm trying to do. So, but thank you. Just even if you're just watching this, just made my day. Thank you so much. I am sending you so much love and so much light. Until I see you in the next one. Bye bye, my dear friends. Hello, my friends from group 3. I'm so happy you are here. So let's see what happens the next time you meet them. I'm trying to make it so it's actually not blurry. And the more I do it, the more blurry it gets, and that's interesting. Okay, this is going to be an interesting reading. All right. So when I did see this card, when I pulled it out, when I was doing shuffling for the topper stuff, this actually kind of makes me think that maybe you will be, that the next time you'll meet is in your dreams. I'm not saying that to be I don't know. That just seems like something. Are you always meeting in your dreams? And so, and there's a reason for that. There's a sense of faithful. So this could be twofold, I can see. It could be that you're with somebody or they're with somebody, and there's a sense of faithfulness, even though there's still attraction. So it's almost like you have to swallow the feelings here. For some of you, though, when looking at this, is actually almost like next time you see each other, maybe you have sexy times together. They put a cover over you, though. There's just a sense of love here. I don't know why. There's an anticipation here as well. But the faithfulness could also be that you've been faithful in terms of your emotion towards them has always been there. They see you as very how do I say it? I want to say you're a cozy person to be with. Does that make sense? There's just something about you that attracts them. There's this energy feels very gentle. So this is that when they see you, there's a sense of gentleness. They see that, and I feel like not butterflies, but there's just like a little giddiness or like a after like a hard time, just coming home. Really, that's just sort of what I'm seeing here. And so there is a sense of anticipation. So I feel like maybe if you've been separated for a while, there is anticipation of coming back together. But there's something here. There is something in the way because there's a sense of helplessness here. And it's almost like you actually see these two cards are sort of similar. Oh, this feels like it's going to be a big one here. But they're really happy to see you. They really like your neck or your lips. There's a sense of that. But I think there's something in the way. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something in the way. Of the star, okay. Seven of Cups, Page of Swords, the Moon. Okay, the Moon is again, yeah. So there's competition. I wonder what this is all about. Okay. Again, sleep in your dreams. There's like lots of dream times choices. I'm gonna actually clarify before I go into all of this, just because I really. Sorry if it's a loud shuffle. I didn't mean to do it so loud. Okay, let me see. I really want to know about this Five of Wands. There's an internal struggle of some kind. It could also be an external struggle. Queen of Cups. Okay, what is this Moon energy here doing here? Okay, we have the Eight of Blades and Justice. What is this Page of Swords doing here? Seven of Cups. There's choices here. Seven of Cups. What is this Seven of Cups doing here? Nine of Cups. What is this Star? Strength. Okay, what is this Magician? The Tower. And Six of Coins. Okay, so there is, yeah, like, I just, how do I see this? Okay, so the Magician and manifesting. So something either happened big to them or something big happened to you. I feel like it's you though, although it could be them. I feel like, it could either be, it does lead to something, understanding, ability of manifestation, but it's almost like, and it's also, it's not a bad tower. It is like, it felt like a tower that was not good, but it's sort of like, here is the Six of Coins. It's a shift and change. I feel like you're finally receiving. But we see here the Star. We're healing the broken heart. And I feel like they gave you the broken heart. And they're amazed that you healed. Wow. This is another thing. And so there's a sense here of like, there's a lot of choices. Maybe they were players maybe, or they just always had a lot of choices. But there's a wish fulfillment that is you. Maybe they always felt like they had So I'm going to say something, and I'm not sure if this is going to make sense to you. Like, I feel like this person maybe has always been restless. So there's a sense of restlessness, while versus you are more like, you know what you want, and you, like the wish fulfillment for me, it's sort of like, you know what you want, while they weren't sure. Right? Does that make sense? Like, I feel like you are more of confident of who you are. And there's this internal struggle of accepting this Queen of Cups, which is the love that you give them. You very much feel like a water sign to me. Or if you're not a water sign, you're definitely like very much intuitive, like psychic, if you will. And especially with the dreams. Seven of Cups again. So this person really does. It just feels like there's they're wandering around. They're trying to figure things out. There's always this choice. Versus you, I feel like you do know what you want. And in the Page of Swords, you're learning about things. You have different ideas. So in many ways, I feel like they don't feel good enough for you. And I'm seeing the moon here, and so being trapped and the Justice, they may be trapped, they may be already married, because I really do feel like there's a lot of love and tenderness here, right? There's a tenderness here, like I'm just saying this energetically, there's a tenderness here that I don't quite understand, but I also feel like there's a block here. Seven of Cups, and that's their energy. There's always this Seven of Cups, this unbeing, and I feel like they're very much restrained, not being able to do it, very married, like suppressing all emotions. And so I feel like when they see you, they know that they've been hurting you. Like I really do feel like they've hurt you, and they have their own inner struggles here. Because you keep giving them a cup, and they want to, but they just can't because they're already with somebody else, or there's something like that. And I do feel like they're helpless in many ways. Like they cause you pain, but they can't change it. Like, but they see the strength of you. Like, right? There's a healing. You heal, and you kind of mend your broken heart. This is very. But their energy is so unsettled. There's tenderness, love. I even say like, yeah, I'm sorry. There's love here. But they're so unsettled. There's like something about them, like their soul just can't seem to settle down. And it's funny because when they see you, that becomes even, it somehow lights up even more. Like the inner struggle gets harder. They want something, like as if they're looking for answers. They're looking for maybe meaning or something. And they can't find it, but there's something about you that makes them, even though they're restless with you, somehow they rest. Does that make sense? I don't know. And so there's this Tower moment, because you're so giving. I just, there's this kindness, there's this gentleness, there's adoration. Not you, but they adore you in many ways, and they admire you, but they can't give you what you want. They wish they could, though. There's like, I do feel like that. Yeah, there might be children involved in this. Yeah, so children are a major concern in your love life, or they might have had childhood drama. Newfound confidence intimidates you. Your newfound confidence intimidates you. And they do see that you are more confident. The Strength card is like, wow. We have Clover and then Tree. Okay. Beginnings, signs, discovery. Let's see. All right. Clover. So happiness, luck and love, serendipity. There's something serendipitous about this connection. Tree. So past life connection, deep bonds, everlasting love. So there is a strong, like they come back to you. I'm like, they go off because I do feel like they are not settled. There's a restlessness in their soul, but they do come back, and there's a sense of like, and they can stay there for a little while, but they can't stay forever. And it's sort of like they have to keep going. And so I feel like there's a sense of like, they feel like empty, like they don't have anything to offer you. And that's something they're aware of. And a part of them wants this new beginnings, but another part of them says no. So there's a lot of like, what I'm seeing when they see you again, there's a lot of internal struggle. But there's also a lot of like love and adoration. I'm like, oh boy, it might just be. And these are forget-me-nots, and I feel like they never forgot you. They never forget you. And you're in their dreams, and they're in your dreams as well. Tell me more about this when they meet each other. Yeah, so there's a love yourself first. So your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And so I think you've gotten more like confident. You found more of like the self-respect. You used to be more like it's not that you aren't forgiving. You actually are, I think. very gentle, very kind soul. But they see the change in you as well. And so this actually is really important, because I feel like it's almost like they leave you that rose. They can't be with you, but they want to show you that they still love you in some way. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. So they might just say like nice things, or they might just, there's a gesture or something that's only unique to you and them, and somehow it's sort of like, that's how they express their love to you. Wow. So forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And yeah, and you are healing. You actually feel like you have healed. I think they're amazed by that you actually, I feel like, forgiven them. Stay optimistic about your love life. So positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And I think you are optimistic. You're naturally an optimistic person. And they're romantic feelings. So your feelings are real and worth exploring. But they're not, and so this is, they might confirm to you. It's like, yes, I have these feelings. Yes, there is something here. There's something special, but they're not going to act on it. Like, oh, there's a lot of internal struggles for it, and they're not going to act on it. So it might just be, I don't know, it's like a simple gesture that they'll do just to acknowledge that you mean something to them when you meet again. And just so you know, like, even if they don't do it, like, they don't express it, they're just, there's a lot of love and tenderness here. Let's see what your songs are. So we're going to do, wow, yeah, it's wow. There's so much, like, there's a sadness here. Ooh, oh, sorry. Sometimes it hits me when I feel like there's this sadness, and it just actually hits me, and I'm like, I'm tearing up. But we're not gonna play that right now. So it must have been love, and then so I feel like it's still love. It's still there, and you see this connection. It's sort of like you don't want to let go, but somehow you do, but you're still connected and still together. It's sort of like this past life connection, or just a really deep bond and everlasting love. Even if you're not together, you're somehow still like energetically together, and they still care very much about you, and you care about them. But you moved on. There's a sense of happiness. There's a sense of you forgiving and moving forward. There's a lot of strength. You healed your heart. Oh, wow. Okay. And so we have angel. And I feel like they do think of you as an angel in many ways. Like, wow, there's just something so sweet about you. So this is a song by Everlast. So I found my girl, she's as sweet as could be, and everything in her world revolved around me. I had a chance to make her mine, but I was too blind to see. Now I gotta let her go and pray she comes back to me. She's my angel, she's my lover, she's my very best friend. I hated her because I loved her, so I hurt her again. Don't want no other lover, won't go through it again. She's my angel, she's my lover, she's my very best friend. And so that's the energy I feel that they have for you. Oh, wow. So much love here. But there's so, like, it's a sad song. Like, it's a sad love because it's not gonna, like, for some reason, like, what is blocking this? What is blocking this connection? Like, I just feel like their soul is just restless. I'm like, what is this connection being blocked though? They're going through the hermit, yeah. So, and maybe they're like lone wolves in many ways. Go through their own, they have to go through their own thing. And the Nine of Coins lets me know that they're sort of like, they like to be independent. They're just, maybe they're non-committal, but if they were committal, they would be committed to you. That's something they would like you to know too. Or even if they're like, I know it's like, even if they're with somebody else, and even if they're married and all this other stuff, there's something about them that's not really there even for that. They're more there for you than they are for that person. Wow. Lots of internal, lots of inner going. I don't know. Yeah. The love is there. I can feel it. Like, I really feel it energetically. I'm sorry. Like, I always like, I like happy endings. And I think in many ways they acknowledge that you are like happier, like stronger. You're getting your life like all together. You've grown. You've been like, there's a sense of like, wow. Look at it. There's also like a sense of pride in terms of like, wow, look at all that this person's done. Like, I'm so proud of, like, they want to say they're so proud of you. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there for you, my friends. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. It really was very, like, I love this. Like, it was very tender and loving. So thank you so much. And if you did find any value, or if you like this reading or want to support the channel, please do consider giving it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. And if you can't do any of those things, because I understand sometimes we like to be incognito, consider just watching a whole video in its entirety. It just helps me rank up some more hours, but if that's okay too. But thank you so much. You keep being you. That's really what I'm seeing here. You're really an amazing person. Please continue to be an amazing person that you are. That's the message that I'm gonna get for you, this person to you, and also just my message to you as well. So thank you so much. I am sending you so much love and so much light. Until I see you in the next one. Bye bye, my dear friends. Now, my dear friends from group 4, I'm really enjoying this reading. So let's find out what is going to like happen when, oh yeah, you're the one who got 2, when they see you, the next time they see you. Okay, wow. Okay, so when I actually saw this card, there was a sense of like, when they see you, you might not like even acknowledge them, or they feel like you lock your heart against them. There's also a sense of like attraction and beauty. Like, even though I know this isn't like, how do I say it? It's not like flashy at all. There's just something about it. It's sort of like mysterious, and also like there's a seriousness. There's a lips. They really highlight the lips. There's just something about you. Like, and what I'm seeing here is also there's no makeup. There's nothing. They just are like, you're attracted to you in your entirety. And so we do have this. There's like a sense of attraction. Like, I can't even, there's not a more like attractive card, I think. It's sort of like they're very attracted. There's something about you that draws them in. And they feel very much overwhelmed. Like, I think you always overwhelm them. And there's just something, I almost feel like they want to reach out and touch you, but you somehow seem like beyond their scope of being touched, if that makes sense. And so there's this announcement. Maybe you're going to tell them something. Maybe they're waiting for some sort of an announcement, something. They're waiting for something. Oh, I actually feel like they have so much to tell you too. Like, they have a lot to say to you. They want to say to it. They've been collecting all these different things that, wow, they've been collecting like a conversation that they would have. So basically this plays out in their mind over and over again. It's like, okay, next time I see this person, I'm going to do this and this. And so they have all these collections of like, I'm going to tell them about this. I'm going to, this is what I'm going to do. And so I feel like the repetitive cycle, it feels like you're, well, it feels very much like if you've been separated, which I feel like you have, it feels like you haven't been separated. It's sort of like you just you went from A to be like right away, even though this been expanse of years, I would say, or like months, or like, okay, like I would say months or years. I'm gonna stop there. And so maybe there's also a sense of fear of you repeating cycles with them. So it is very much because they already feel overwhelmed. When they see you, there's already like an instant attraction. It's sort of like you take their breath away right away. And it just feels like, like as if you haven't been apart, which really throws them off. And again, very seductive, very like they're just attracted. Oh my goodness. Oh, my friends. All right. Oh, seriously though, seriously, I can't laugh. It's just like the tower twice, my friends. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Like you always are the tower for them. I feel like they're the tower for you too, so it's sort of like that. And then the King of Cups, there's so much emotions, and they're trying to maintain their cool. They're trying to maintain their calm and peace. And I feel like you just always like, like I'm gonna be. So like I said, they play this in their mind. When I meet them again, this is like they actually go through it. I'm gonna be like this calm, cool. It's gonna be just fine. I'm gonna just, oof, like there's a sense of calmness. And when they meet you, it's like it goes out the window. We have a tower right away. It's sort of, and you you probably have the same thing. You think about how when you're gonna meet them, and you're both just gonna have tower moments from each other. This is like a very intense connection. Okay, let's actually clarify, because I want to see, especially want to see this Nine of Pentacles. I was like, I feel like they might think that you're really happy here, and so the Fourth. So it's almost like I feel like. So I'm gonna clarify, but what I'm seeing here is almost this. Like they feel like they haven't done anything. I just almost feel like, oh wow. Like here they are, like you are thriving, and they feel like they're not thriving at all. Like, yeah, okay. And so they're trying to find this balance here. Possibly working on themselves, working on things. But let's go. Ooh, my friends, let's see. I did want to say, what is this Nine of Pentacles doing here? What is this Nine of Pentacles doing here? What is this Nine of Pentacles doing here? Oh my goodness. We have the Three of Cups. I just wanted one card, but two sticks, and then we have the double card here. All right, what is this Four of Cups doing here? What is this Four of Cups doing here? Three of Blades. Okay. What is this tower, this particular tower doing here? What is this particular tower doing here? Queen of Cups. Yeah, look at that. Queen of Cups. That's your energy. What is this King of Cups doing here? What is this King of Cups doing here? The World and Nine of Sticks. What is this what is this Justice doing here? What is this Justice doing here? Hermit. Okay. What is this Eight of Pentacles doing here? Page of Coins. What is this this particular tower doing here? Queen of Blades. What's the tower doing there? Queen of Cups. From it. Bottom of the deck is Four of Sticks, Four of Wands. Okay. Whew. So this actually with the Devil card is actually what I'm seeing with this karmic cycles here. I do feel like a part of like you, I think that I'm like, how do I say it? Maybe they like to be by themselves or independent, but I also feel like you're so well off. I just like keep on saying like, so you're so well off. Like I feel like they want to offer you something, but they don't feel like it's going to be good enough. There's a lot of worries and a lot of hesitation, and I really do think that they feel like you're going to go enter into a cycle, or maybe they finally are. Oh, okay, that's what I'm. So they're finally good. Like maybe they've gone through something, like possibly with somebody else, right? And they've gone through, and then they're finally at this place where they're finding peace, and being by themselves is okay. And then you come in here, and there's this like wanting this reconciliation, maybe even just like, hey, we want to be friends or something, like, right? And then that's like the path. That's like, oh, are we going to repeat the same path? Am I going to end up in this Devil card? Right? Wow. Okay, so that is and I feel like that's actually also for you as well. So you're finally fine, and you're in a good place. You're okay. And then they come into your life. Oh, let's be friends. Like, and this friendship is not going to be a friendship. It's going to be more than a friendship, because there's too much love here. There's so much like emotions here. And so you're like, oh, okay, but there's still this fear of like maybe being codependent, maybe just like there's an intensity to this connection. Like you see each other and there's tower moments. I mean, like that's pretty intense. And so there's a sense here of like Four of Cups. It's sort of like you're ignoring a board. A part of I feel like a part of you and them, and so it's sort of like for me it's both you and them, like you're very much mirroring each other, and feels like you're kind of still stuck in this like this Three of Blades. So they might offer you, and you might offer them this Ace of Cups, but you're still kind of stuck. in this Three of Blades. We hurt each other. There's broken heart. And it's in particular, I don't feel like it's other people, but it's actually in particular this connection that like you hurt each other. Not meaning to. It's like I said, there was just, I think there were things here. So this Tower moment, they might be afraid that you will tell them some sort of truth that you will, like, I feel like that you will reject their wish fulfillment. It's like, so they want, I feel like they really do. So they have two things. Part of them wants to kind of get together, be friends, but really more than friends. Start off as friends, be like, kind of get back in together in each other's lives. But they're also very afraid of like you saying no, rejecting them, or you telling them some sort of a truth. There's like a fear there that might just bring in, or the fear on the Tower actually is that you actually accept them. You accept them, and that's the wish fulfillment, and that's a Tower moment because, wow, it's gonna break something. It's definitely gonna break this peace that they found being by themselves, like in your peace also as well. I don't know, like it's sort of like a peace, but it's sort of just like we're finally good where we are, and then kind of comes this coming together. Yeah, working on, yeah, there's like a lot of work I feel like they were working on, and maybe you were working on, and finding your value, finding like I feel like learning about your own self-value here. We do have I do want to clarify that Justice again, the Hermit. And so I feel like either they were married or you were married, or like there was something here, or karmic connection, like karmics led to like learning, inner learning. Five of Cups, yeah, you see there's a sense of like maybe they hurt you, and there's just like karma here as well here, but I'm thinking to me it's sort of like this balance, like you've both been through something. I don't know what it is. Broken heart, you hurt each other, but the love is there. And so when you meet them and when they meet you, it's sort of like you're both trying to get your lives kind of together. You're both trying to like maybe working on yourselves. Like that's the important, like the self-love, all the things going introversion, introspection, like trying to find your own way with yourself. And then comes this, you come in and it's sort of like, so like there's just such an attraction here. Yeah, the Queen and King of Cups totally like together here. Nine of Sticks. So yeah, and again, then we have like the sense of like defense. Like you're there's just a sense of you've been hurt. Both of you have been hurt, or especially they have been hurt, because since this is about them, they've been hurt, and so they're trying to move on. They're trying to get on. They're like right now they're in the recovery phase, and I really do feel like they feel like they've almost reached that point where they're so good with themselves. They're finding peace with themselves and coming to it, but then the Tower comes when you meet again each other. It's sort of like poof. Ooh, 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 ooh. And so it's sort of like that's a part of it. You're fearful, like getting back together is like screams disaster, and it in many ways it does, because you have the Tower. Their intention are confusingly questionable. No, I feel like there's a lot of like trying to understand, like what's happening here. There's a lot of confusion but I think that the Tower happens when you meet each other because it's meant to. There's sort of like you have an illusion. Oh boy, there's an illusion here, like both you and them have an illusion of like, yeah, we're possibly that you can just be by yourself, which is not a bad thing, but it's sort of just like it feels like there's an illusion of like you're pretending to be this Nine of Pentacles, but really when you're really feeling this Four of Cups, right? There's like unsettlingness, but you're pretending to be something. And there's still the hurt and the pain, the Three of Blades. You haven't quite healed this Three of Swords. And so when you come together, but the Tower happens and it sort of like deconstructs you. And it pushes away, it destroys any illusion, and you actually are faced with each other, with the true self. Wow, very this is a very spiritual connection. Okay, so we have that, we have self-worth. Yeah, that's a oh wow. Or maybe they're okay. Sorry, I'm seeing different things, but I feel like there's also because there's ex-lover, there's a thing. Maybe somebody your ex-lovers are trying to you come together. I'm just gonna be honest here. There's something here where you have karmic cycles. You have some sort of cycle that you have to break free, and I feel like somehow together it comes back, but I feel like you're finally breaking free of it. And then you're both, like I said, you're both learning about your self-worth. Maybe both of your exes are trying to come in here and both of you are no, we shouldn't, that's not it. Two of cups here, but they're empty, no show. Interesting. Coffin, painful ending, dying love, troubled relationship, my stress, anxiety, toxic behavior. There's a toxic pattern here, right? There's a toxic pattern, and they're really afraid of it, and you're afraid of it too. This connection, but it's so strong. I don't know how to describe it. I really do feel like you keep having tower moments together, because there's illusions where you both have you think you have it, but really it's sort of pretend. I don't know if that makes sense. And so it's sort of that's why you keep having tower moments, because it has to be cleared, and the true selves have to come out. And that's why I'm saying this is a very spiritual connection, because true selves happen again. I also feel like this is also if there's an addiction to alcohol or something like that, or yeah, I feel like I almost want to say this is star-crossed lovers in some sort of way. Wow. And they're very afraid of you, and not in a bad way. They're just afraid of this, because if you haven't had tower moments where you cause a tower moment and they cause a tower moment in you, this is probably not your reading, because this is a cycle. You keep on having tower moments together, right? Whenever you come together, there's a tower. Strength, entirety, toxic. There's a toxic thing, but there's also a sense of, I don't know, there's love, there's something here. I don't know how to describe it. So tell me more about this. What happens? One more. I this one is actually kind of so you come, I feel so maybe you both come, and I don't think so. You're not each other's ex. This is not what it's about. You come together. Well, okay. Hopefully this makes sense. And I know I say that often. It's just because I'm okay, this is very kind of detailed. So you come together at a point where either they've just ended or they had some sort of a major breakup with somebody, right? They had a major breakup with somebody. You possibly had a major breakup with somebody. I feel like you both at the same time had a major breakup with somebody. And it's sort of there's, but somehow these exes, these people are still in your life, still in the periphery. And so they're trying to come back in here, this thing. And so that's pulling you apart again. And I feel like that's also a cycle that you have where you want to come together, but outside external and forces come in and try to tear you apart again. But I feel like this time it won't happen. Retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. Yeah, I feel like when you're together, you're in a bubble. So go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Express your love. I think this time you actually will be able to express each other's feelings much more so. true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. It really does feel like that, and you deserve love. You're lovable. And then, so I think that you're going through this as well. So I think you're going to help each other heal through this. Maybe you'll start off as friends, which is going to actually like annoy their ex, and it's probably going to annoy your ex somehow, because there's something about this connection. Yeah, the time has come to clear your energy, and I feel like them coming into your life is going to help, and you coming into their life is going to somehow clear that energy, and it's going to lead to finally actually admitting feelings for each other, which I don't think that you ever quite did. Honestly discuss your feelings for each other. All right, now let's see what songs we can have for this one. Okay, a few. Ooh, one more. Oh, you're so funny. Okay, so because of you, there's a sense of love. You see, there's like love. I can't tell you, this is no ordinary love, and there isn't no ordinary love. There's just something unique about this, like very like star-crossed lovery. Like you kind of like want to come together and then just get forced apart, and then come together, forced apart, and it must have been love, and you don't want to let go, and you never, and like I feel like this time you won't have to, or maybe you will, but you'll come back together again. Okay, and then we have The Reason. So, song by Hoobastank. So I'm sorry I hurt you. That's something I must live with every day, and all the pain I put you through, I wish I could take it all away and be the one who catches your tears. That's why I need you to hear. I found a reason for me to change who I used to be. The reasons to start over new, and the reason is you. You gave them a reason, and you're gonna give them a reason to start over. And then we do have this, like the Vicious Circle, song by Millen Collins. So I see the sunlight in your face. I see the darkness in your eyes. In my mind, that's lover's paradox. I always try to give you space, no aim to cut you down to size. We got lost in this heart-shaped box. And so this for me is actually like, this was actually very much like a twin theme, because they see both the dark and the good in you. Like they see the good and the dark, and you see the same thing. Like they see you for who you are. They don't. Also like a temptation, but I feel like they see you and you see them, with nothing on. Like I feel like most like you bare your souls to each other, and so that's an important thing. And so we have this one. We have Nothing Else Matters, song by Metallica. So close no matter how far, couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are and nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. And so this is like love, right? This is like no matter how far, like no matter how close or far apart, like you've been through this. There's something about this connection that even if you're far apart, you're still kind of together. There's a trust, a leaning in each other. Seeing each other for who you really are, and that's true for you of them and them of you. And still into you by song by Paramore. So I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm into you, and baby, even on our worst nights, I'm into you. Let them wonder how we got this far, because I don't really need to wonder at all. Yeah, because after all this time, I'm still into you. So yeah, you're still like you're like, it's funny because I really, like I said, I feel like you've been apart for like at least months, years, right? To me it's like no contact whatsoever, but when you come together, like it's sort of like it feels like you were just together just the other day, and it's almost like there's just people who you just pick up conversations and you just kind of like go right back into it. I feel that this is that type of a connection where you just are just going to be that way. Oh, so I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. It really helps my channel grow. It really helps the channel grow. I hope you can come back for more. And if you can't do that, if you consider watching the whole video in its entirety, that also helps, just because I'm like, I just need certain amount of hours to actually be able to offer things. It's also the gamer in me. I really just want to, like, yes, there's a new challenge, I must accept it. Sorry, I'm a bit of a weirdo. So, but thank you so much. It's like intense reading, but trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, trust in, like, I almost feel like I want to say, like let them wonder how they got this far. Like, and so there's people who are going to be like wondering, but it doesn't matter. Like, just really focus on you and them, and somehow you're going to, I feel like you're going to be good. I hope that makes sense. But thank you so much. Really, really thank you a lot. So I'm sending you so much love and so much light until I see you next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends.